Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the International Webinar Series on Holistic Health, Well-being and Sustainable Development 2026, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 78 years of independence. And United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030 and Viksit Bharat at 2047 as part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Arts, Sciences and Wellbeing. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's celebrations and commemorations. Today, we are commemorating Backwards Day on January 31st in US. It's fully celebrated, encouraging us to do things oppositely. It's a time to take a look at our actions to see how reversing them can be effective and fun at the same time. One example of how doing things backward can be enlightening is by reverse poetry, which is a form that uses a reverse method to convey different messages depending on how the poem is read. So they can be read forwards, top to bottom with one meaning, and backward from bottom to top with another. So spend the day finding a new ways to do things in the reverse. Today is also commemorated as Gorilla Suit Day on January 31st. We love a day that lets us unleash our inner primate, even if it is in a suit. And that's why we are very excited about Gorilla Suit Day, which comes around on January 31st each year. And this King Kong sized is meant to honor the monkey suits that are worn on Halloween at costume parties, movies, and sometimes just for fun. So don your gorilla suit and join us for the celebration. Today is also commemorated as Hell is Freezing Over Day on January 31st. In US, every year, the Northern Hemisphere experiences a chilling winter during this time. The original idiom expression, when hell freezes over, actually refers to something that will never happen. But due to freezing weather, it indeed feels like hell is freezing over. All of us have used it multiple times in our lives by saying, I will apologize when hell freezes over, or I will join the gym when hell freezes over, or I will watch a horror movie when hell freezes over, and so on. Hell freezing over has also been referenced in popular culture and is the name of Eagles' album that was released in 1993. Hell is Freezing Over Day is particularly relevant in the Northern Hemisphere as this day falls during winter when the people are experiencing extremely harsh temperatures. Some places experience temperature below 0 degrees Fahrenheit, which can even cause lakes to freeze completely, streets to be covered in snow, and the strong words to become unbearable. It literally feels that hell has frozen over during this season. Today is also commemorated as Hug and Economist Day on January 31st. The US celebrates Hug and Economist Day on January 31st each year. Now it is obvious this day was meant to show your affection for economists, but we like to think it also encourages us to learn more about economics and how it affects us. Unfortunately, we don't know how much more about this day, like who initiated these celebrations or when they began. For now, this might be an unofficial holiday, but we urge to celebrate officially and with gusto if you are interested in becoming an economist from pursuing a degree. Today is also commemorated as International Zebra Day on January 31st. Every year, with their natural environment diminishing and increasing human development, these gentle animals are in danger. When habitats are threatened, animals too become endangered. International Zebra Day is all about raising awareness and what you can do to help in the conservation of the animal. Zebras are mostly found on the African continent in the semi-desert areas of Kenya and Ethiopia and the hilly areas of Namibia, Angola, and South Africa. You can easily identify a zebra by its unique black and white stripes. International Zebra Day was most likely founded by a consortium of conservation organizations such as Smithsonian National Zoo and the Conservation Biology Institute. International Zebra Day aims to help raise awareness about the living conditions of zebras and how their numbers can be protected from further decline. Presently, three types of zebra can be found in the wild. They are Grevy's zebra, plain zebra, and the mountain zebra. Although the Grevy's zebra found in the northern regions of Kenya are extremely rare, they are endangered variety having suffered a loss of more than 54% of its total population. The loss has occurred rapidly in the last 3 decades because of zebras being poached for their hides and pelts. Zebras are found in African savanna where their natural habitat has been well preserved and not all zebras are in danger of disappearing. The other two subspecies of zebra are less endangered than the Grevy's zebra. Plain zebras are thriving and don't face threats of endangerment, and the mountain zebra lives in South Africa, Angola, and Namibia. Along with the dangers of poaching, these zebras are also in danger from locals who might hunt them for meat when the going gets tough. Zebras have been battling many concerns regarding preserving their population. So, International Zebra Day is observed on January 31st every year to create awareness about the need to protect zebras. They are considered endangered according to the National Geographic. There may be some 3 lakhs left in the wild and on the Serengeti Mara plains. So there are estimated 1,50,000 plains zebras. So the gravy zebra is considered endangered on the red list of threatened species. Their population has gone down by 54% over the past 3 decades, according to the African Wildlife Foundation. So celebrate International Zebra Day in style by dressing up in black and white. And if you are feeling adventurous, wear a zebra print outfit. So talk about International Zebra Day on your social media accounts, online media, to raise awareness of this day, and you can help spread information on the dwindling numbers, the dangers of their habitat, and what we can do to help. The best way to observe International Zebra Day is by donating to organizations that ensure the welfare of zebras, and you can also donate to the Wildlife Fund and Wildlife Conservation Society and others. Zebras can run at a speed of 40 miles per hour, are the fast runners. What fingerprints are to humans, stripes are to zebras, which are unique. Zebra foals can stand up as early as 6 minutes after they are born. Foals grow up quickly. However, they can sleep while lying down too, and also sleep standing up. A group of zebras is called a dazzle. So International Zebra Day is aimed at conservation, preservation, and increasing the zebra population. But a large number of zebras isn't enough. The celebration ensures that the animal well-being. Celebrations like International Zebra Day allow us to do our bit for wildlife conservation. Through awareness programs and donation drives, we can become involved in the conservation of the species. The planet is for all creatures to inhabit. International Zebra Day helps preserve the zebra population and envisions a future where all creatures can coexist peacefully without fighting for resources. Today is also commemorated as National Hot Chocolate Day on January 31st. Few beverages are as deep-rooted in the culture of Americans' collective childhood, quite like hot chocolate. This drink reminds us of rainy days, skiing, and sledding, or even a quiet day watching the snowfall. It's thick, silky, toasty, and usually smothered in whipped cream. No other drink brings warmth to our lives and taste buds, quite like hot chocolate day. Cozy up with your favorite mug because of 31st. We celebrate National Hot Chocolate Day, a day devoted to our favorite chocolate beverage. Today is also commemorated as National Sweet Swap Day in US, which is celebrated on the last Saturday in January, which is January 31st. And this year to honor the great US tradition of swapping sweets with neighbors. The final week of January lays the chilly winds of winter to rest and signals the coming of the spring, a season of cherry blossoms, outdoor picnics, and fresh plantations. As the plants and trees shed their final bounty, communities gather to plan for the next year of harvest. Mark this brand new season by swapping seeds and sharing warmth with your community on National Seed Swap Day. Today is also commemorated as Scotch Tape Day on 31st. A problem arose when cars needed to be painted in two tones and sections need to be taped off to do so. That's how the Richard Drew ended up creating a Scotch tape. Today, this versatile invention is used to stick anything and everything. In the early 1920s, Richard Drew worked at Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing Company, which made sandpaper at the time when he used to deliver sandpaper samples to auto body shops. He observed the inconvenience that car painters experienced when they had to paint two-tone colors cars. At the time, surgical adhesive tapes or library glues were used to hold newspapers on cars when painting. However, when newspapers were removed, residue remained and would rip the paint off when peeled off. So this inspired Drew to come up with a long-term and efficient solution. So he went on to invent masking tape made out of crepe paper, cabinet maker's glue, and glycerin. It adhered well to cars and came off easily without taking paint away, and it was later marketed as Scotch masking tape. Around the 1950s, the company introduced their mascot, Scotty McTape, who was declared a member of Cian Wallace, the clan that William Wallace was from. The mascot started wearing red tartan and Wallace hunting green plaid. However, he was just turned in the early 1970s. Nevertheless, to date, one can still find the green plaid on Scotch labels. Over the years, several manufacturers have started making transparent adhesive tape. However, many people still tend to call it Scotch tape. The invention of Scotch tape, which can now be found in almost every home, resulted in View being inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame. So, with this, we shall end today's commemorations. Thank you, everyone, for joining us in today's commemorations and celebrations. We request everyone to quickly fill up the feedback form that has been shared in the form of polls before leaving the platform. See you all tomorrow, the same time with the same joining link with different commemorations. Take care. Good night.